Selectors. So we have three types of selectors. These selectors are used to apply CSS properties to the HTML elements. So first one is element selector. Second one is ID selector. Third one is class selector. Okay, so these are the three types of selectors available. So these three are main base for to insert to apply CSS selectors to CSS properties to the HTML elements. So first one is element selector. The element selector selects elements based on the element name. This selector selects elements based on the element name. Okay, so for example, so we have one div tag, okay, in our HTML form. So we have some example div tag. Okay, this is my sample text. Okay, this is our text to display in browser. So just I want to apply CSS properties to this div tag, and also in our HTML form we have another div tag. Okay, assume that two or more div tags is there. Okay, so for all these div tags you want to apply same styles. Okay, all div tags you want to apply same styles. Want to apply same style to all div tags. We can use element selector. Okay, element selector selects element based on the element name. Okay, this is our example HTML form. So we have three divs. So we can write CSS properties like this. Okay, div using element name. Okay, this is the element name div, and text color is red color, and font size, okay, 30 pixel. So this is the CSS selector. Okay, this is CSS properties, color property and font size property. So this is the selector. The selector select elements in the HTML document with element name is equal to div. Okay, with element name is div. Okay, so this selector find out the elements in the HTML document with element name is div and apply these properties to the appropriate div tags. So just create one HTML form, element selector, otherwise selectors dot html. Okay, this is our HTML form. So remove these styles. Okay, in our example we have one div tag. So copy this div tag Okay, so I have taken 3 times same div tag, and I want to apply same styles for all these 3 div tags. So use style tag, use element name, color, red color. Red color code is double F 0000 hash double F 00. Next font size 30 pixel. Yeah, sure. So this div tag, this style, find out the elements in the document, okay, with element name div, and apply these properties. So now run this example. So here is our example selectors. Okay, you can see this is one div tag, and this is one div tag, this is one div tag. So we have written CSS properties one time only. Okay, but these properties are applied for all div tags in the document. Okay, for all div tags are same styles. Go to inspect and you can check here div tag. So by using element selector, font color and font size, and for second div also same, and third div also same. Okay, this is the element selector. Element selector selects elements based on the element name, and apply the CSS properties to all elements in the document with the same element name. Second one is ID selector. The selector selects elements based on the uh, element ID. Okay, element ID. The ID selector selects the elements with the specified ID. ID selector uses the ID attribute of the HTML element to select a specific element. Okay, the selector uses use ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. So here, for example, we have one div tag or paragraph. This is my sample paragraph. Okay, this is our content in the paragraph. So now in this example also we have 3 paragraphs. So but I want to apply individual styles, different styles for all these 3 paragraphs. Okay, this scenario we can use ID selector. Okay, based on ID we can find out the paragraphs and apply different styles. Use ID for paragraph like P1. Second one is P2, and third paragraph P3. Then we can write here hash P1, color red color, font size 20 pixels. Okay, so for ID selectors we have to use hash symbol and followed by ID of the element. Okay, this selector find out the this prefix hash, find out the paragraphs or find out the elements with uh, this ID. Okay, and apply that CSS properties to the particular appropriate paragraph only. Okay, this is for only paragraph. Okay, this styles only will apply for paragraph only, one only. For second paragraph we need to write different color blue, next font size 18 pixels. Okay, this is also same, only this styles for only paragraph 2, and for paragraph 3 we have to write separately color yellow, font size is 25 pixels. Okay, so for all these three paragraphs different styles. Okay, but in element selector if you write once, so these styles apply for all div tags in the document. But here if you want to apply different styles for uh, different paragraphs, use ID selector. Okay, ID selector, for ID selectors we have to use hash symbol for prefix and followed by ID of the element. So this symbol hash point out the elements in the document with ID p1 and apply these properties. ID selector dot html. Okay, here also so copy these three paragraphs and paste here in our example, and here styles also copy and paste here. Okay, red color, blue color and yellow color, three paragraphs, three different styles. Okay, now run this example. ID selector, you can see here first paragraph red color and font size is 30 pixel, font size is 20 pixel. Second paragraph font size 18 pixel and color blue. Third one color yellow 25 pixel. So ID selector, by using ID selector we can upload different styles for different elements based on ID. Third one is class selector. Class selector is also like ID selector. Okay, but class selector is faster than ID selector. Okay, in real time applications also, so most of the times we have to use class selector because it will increase the application performance. Okay, try to use class selector only in real time applications. So class selector selects elements with a specific class attribute. Class selector selects elements with a specific class attribute. So in our example, we can use here same example. 3 paragraphs is there. For 3 paragraphs also, instead of id we have to use class attribute. Instead of id attribute we have to use class. Third one, class. Okay, so here class name is p1, p2 and p3. So for class selectors we have to use dot, okay, prefix, and followed by class name. So this is the class name now. So in this id selector, this is the id of the element, but in the class selector this is the class name, css class name. Okay, so use this class name in class attribute to apply these properties. Okay, this class name and this class name should be same, and for this one also same. So here we have three classes, p1 class, p2 class and p3 class, for three different paragraphs. So now class selector also is like id selector, but the class selector is faster than id selector to increase the application performance. Class selector .html form. So now copy this one and paste here. So instead of id we have to use class. Okay, for class selectors we have to use dot. Okay, this is the class name, and here also dot and dot. So these are the three main selectors to apply css properties to the html elements. Okay, you can see here p1 class, p2 class, p3 class. So now run this example, class selector. So this one also output is same. You can see the class name in inspect. Okay, first paragraph, select this paragraph, and you can see the class name here. So actually we can't find out the using class selector performance or id selector performance, but in most of the companies or most of the applications using class selector only. Okay, you can use id selector also, but it is lower usage. Okay, low usage. Most of the designers, okay, web designers use class selector, uh, but using class selector you can apply same class to the multiple elements. Okay, once you write the class you can apply same class to the multiple elements. Okay, but id is individual for each and every paragraph, each and every element. This is paragraph 1, this is individual name, and this is also individual name, but you cannot give the ids to the multiple elements same. Okay, So that we have to use class selector. So class, once you define the class name, you can use that class name to the multiple elements. Okay, but id is individual for each and every element. Okay.
So, hello.
Yeah.
So if you use a class selector, you can.
Okay, so text element property is used to set the horizontal element of a text, and here is the properties left to right, values left to right, to center, and justify. So in this example, we define text element property right. Okay, the paragraph text to second paragraph text will be displayed in the right line. So go to inspect and you can see. Okay, this is your second paragraph. First paragraph is left align, third paragraph is also left align, but second paragraph is left aligned. And if you want to display this third paragraph in center align, use text align property center. So refresh this example. Okay, you can see this paragraph text, total text will be displayed in center align. And finally justify. So justify is, so justify text in a block of text that aligns on the left or right side, adjusting the word and letter spaces in each line of text, adjusting the word and letter spaces in each line of the text, to make each line same length, each line the same length. Okay, this is the usage of justify, adjusting the word and letter spaces in each line of text to make each line the same length. So copy this div tag. Okay, in this our example class selector.html. So write one class here, my div. Okay, so my div is the class name, font size is 25 pixel, and text align justify. Okay, color. Okay, red color. So now, so we can apply this class to this div tag using class attribute. So now refresh this example once. You can see here the text. Okay, is a this is a block of text content. Okay, the text is aligned to the left and right sides and adjusting the word spaces. Okay, word and letter spaces in each line of text the same length. Okay, each line same length. So this is the text element property. So text element left is by this is the default left element. Okay, no need to worry about this left element. Next one is text transform property. Text transform property. So this property is used to specify upper and lower cases and upper and lower letters in a text. This property is used to specify upper case and lowercase letters in a text content. So syntax for this text transform. Here we can use the values like uppercase or lowercase or capitalize. Okay, so uppercase, lowercase, and capitalize. So this property, text transform property, used to specify upper and lowercase letters in a text content. For example, in our paragraph content, so I want to the paragraph content is in lowercase letters. Okay, so create an HTML form, text transform. Okay, so here three paragraphs is there, and the classes also same classes we can use this example. So this paragraph content, okay, total content is in lowercase characters, right? Lowercase letters. But if you want to display this paragraph total content in uppercase characters, to use text transform property, uppercase. Okay, so actually the paragraph content is lowercase characters, lowercase letters, but using this text transform property we are displaying this paragraph in uppercase letters. So run this example. You can see here this is my sample paragraph. So the actual content is in lowercase letters, right? But displaying uppercase letters. So this is the usage of text transform uppercase property. And your total paragraph is in uppercase. Okay, second paragraph is in uppercase. But if you want to display this uppercase to lowercase characters, lowercase letters, use text transform property, lowercase. Okay, actually the paragraph content is in uppercase, but the content is displaying in lowercase letters. Okay, this is the text transform property. And the third one is capitalize. For paragraph 3 we can use capitalize. So capitalize property value we can use this capitalize property. Each and every first letter in the word capitalize, capital letter. Okay, it will convert the each and every word first letter capitalize, capital letter. Text transform capitalize. Okay, so in this word first letter T caps will display, this word I caps will display, and my in my word M caps, in sample S caps, paragraph T caps will display. Okay, each and every word first letter displayed in capital letter. You can see. So T caps, I caps, M caps, S and P. So this is the usage of capital S value for text transform property. Next, CSS comments. So in HTML also we discussed about comments, right? HTML comments. So these comments are used to explain our code. Okay, so if you don't want to use some block of code, you can put that code in comments. And also we can explain the code. You can include the code description. Comments are used to include or describe or explain our code. Okay, explain our code. If you don't want to use or execute some block of code, you can put that code in comments. Okay, you can put that code in comments, so browser will not execute the comments. So comment syntax is, if you put the code in comments, in future you can uncomment the code. Syntax CSS comments syntax is, in HTML we have to do like this. Okay, to write the comments in HTML. This is my comment, right, in HTML. But in CSS, slash star and star slash. Okay, this is the starting tag. Okay, starting symbol, and this is end symbol. So between this, here our comment. Okay, this is the symbol for CSS comments. Slash star and star slash. So I want to insert the code description here. like text transform property is used to apply uppercase convert text uppercase to lowercase to uppercase, right? To uppercase. So this is our code description like this. Okay, in real-time applications also you have to write the code description. Okay, uh, and like this you can insert the code description. Otherwise, if you don't want to use some block of code, you can put that code in comments like this. Okay, this is starting symbol and this is end symbol. So these two properties will not apply to the paragraph 2. Okay, text transform property. So run this example. You can see only color is there. Remaining two, okay, remaining two properties are in comment. So that's why browser will not execute that properties. And first paragraph also we have some comment is here, but browser will not display the comment. Next one, font family property. So font family property specify the font for an HTML element. This property is used to specify font for an HTML element. So the font family property can hold several font names. This property can hold several fonts, several font names. Okay, here we have two types of font families. So font families are two types. Two types of font families. First one is um, generic font family. Generic font family. Second one is font family. Okay, these are the two types of font families. Generic font family is a uh, group of font families with a similar look. A group of font families with a similar look. Font families with a similar look, like see with a similar look like uh, monospace and sans serif. Okay, these two font families are similar look. Next one is font family, a specific font family. font family is a specific font family. Okay, nothing but individual font families like Times New Roman, Arial, okay, Calibri, like that, like Arial, Calibri, okay, Times New Roman. Okay, so like this, normal font families. And generic font family is a group of font families with a similar look. So uncomment this. So for first paragraph, use font family property and apply sans serif. Okay, serif and monospace. Okay, these two are font families. Font style is similar look. Okay, serif and monospace font style is similar look. And the second paragraph, use font family Calibri. Okay, these all uh, okay, this one different look. So now run this example. You can see this is Calibri and this is serif and monospace. Okay, this is Calibri font family. So like this you can apply number of font families. Okay, sans serif, serif. You can find out the font families in Google.
Sir,
Yes.
why are we giving two fonts in a font family like serif and monospace when they are similar? When do we usually give like that?
Sometimes you can see the font families like this, right? In can you see here? So all these are
Mm-hmm.
same font families. So that's why we have to use like this.
Like you cannot give one of them. We can give one of them, right?
Yes.
What is the use of giving two or three?
Okay. If you use this, so all
Mm-hmm.
these fonts are similar look. Font styles are the similar look. Tahoma,
So it like
sans serif.
chooses one of them to display, is it?
Uh,
Okay.
okay. This is Vardhana font style. Okay. Sans serif
If
and
it is
Tahoma.
choosing one, why were you? I mean, you said just now you're choosing, or it is choosing only one in the.
So background property. So these background properties are used to define the background effects. Okay, background styles. Property used to define background styles. Okay, background styles. Uh, Nothing but background color, background color. Second one is background image. So all these are background properties. Background image. Third one, background repeat. The fourth one, background attachment. And the fifth one, background position. Okay, these are the 5 properties available for background property. So actually this is the short-term property. Background is a short-term property. Using the short-term property also we can define all this: background color, image, repeat, and attachment and position. Okay, so all these are properties for background. So use this property to apply background color to the HTML elements. Okay, this is for display background image. Okay, repeat is used to for example, sometimes if you want to repeat the same image in the background, or if you don't want to repeat the image in the background, you can set the repeat like no repeat or repeat. If you define no repeat, background image will not repeat. Okay, if you if you want to repeat the image, you can define that repeat or no repeat. Two values is there. Okay, you can define repeat or no repeat, and attachment and position. So you can define the background position, the background image position, and one more property is there, that is background size. Okay, background size. Okay, you can define the background size also. Okay, for one example for background, .html. So use one div tag and remove all these styles. Now I want to apply some CSS properties to the div tag using ID class, that is element selector. Div background color red color. Next text color is white color. Div height 200 pixels and width is also 300 pixels. Div height, width. Okay, so this is our example. So this styles is applied to the div tag: background color red color, text color, and height and width for div tag. So if you run this example, you can see the uh, div tag displaying like this: background color red color, text color white, and div tag height and width. Okay, and copy the same div tag, paste here. Okay, so if you use here same element selector, so both div elements will apply same styles. That's why we can use ID selector or class selector. You can define class div1. Okay, class name is div1. For second div, class name is div2. dot and 1, 2. Okay, now for second div we can apply background image. To apply the image as a background, we need one image in our project folder. Okay, we have desert.jpg file is there, so copy that and paste here. Okay, in our project folder desert.jpg file is there. So URL of single quotes desert.jpg. Okay, next div height and width. So now run this example. Okay, URL, not your URL. You can see here image is displaying as a background. Okay, but full image is not displaying. To display the full image, use background size. Size is 100%. So now refresh this. Okay, total image is displaying here. Okay, this is background image property. Next, total body, you want to apply background image. For body, background image, same image you can use. .jpg. You can see here image is repeating from here. Okay, this is actually original image, but from here image is repeating. Okay, if you don't want to repeat the image, you can use background repeat property. Okay, background repeat, no repeat or repeat. The two properties is there. Repeat x and repeat y also is there. No repeat. Okay, so actual image is displaying up to here only. Okay, if you want to fit the image to the entire body, use background size property. Okay, background size 100%. Okay, the image is fit to the fit in the background. And the remaining two properties are background attachment, background position is our assignment. Okay, try to do an example on attachment and position. And also Yesterday you people done one example, okay, on HTML, that is sign up form. So just apply some CSS properties like background color, okay, background image, and some font styles. Okay, that is our assignment for today.